we got a very, very, very green looking can. And the name of the beer is very fitting into what the Hulk usually does to bad guys. A big shakedown. Maybe not to get money, but he literally shakes them around and beats the shit out of them. So, seems only fitting that this might be a beer for the Hulk. Beer, 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 ba beer, ba beer, beer, beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for another Ruski Brewski review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is by the Big Rig Brewing Company. This is their Shakedown Dry Hopped APA. I knew it off the top of my head, didn't even have to look at the can. Yes, Shakedown dry hopped American Pale Ale, big green can, a lot of hops on the sides, a lot of lines, a lot of lines, a lot of lines, a lot of green. It is overly green in my opinion, but it does catch your eye. So yeah, Shakedown Dry Hopped APA, American Pale Ale, 5.6% alcohol by volume. How many IBUs? I do not think the can says, which isn't a big problem. Even though the website also doesn't say anything about the IBU list. Untapped is coming in, showing it coming in at 75 IBUs, but also they're listing 5.8% ABV. So maybe there's a discrepancy. I'm not totally sure, but just so you guys know, not an official number from Big Rig. But without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. That's a fairly full can. It's kind of neat. After many, many years of drinking beer, you kind of get to, you do figure out when you make that initial, when you first crack the seal of a can, you know, is this going to be a lighter pour? Is it going to be closer to that 473, or is it going to be a little higher? This is definitely, I want to say, hitting at the close to the half-liter mark. It's definitely a little bit of an overfill, which, hey, I cannot complain. This beer is literally, it's just on the brim of the opening. If I squeeze it, there's gonna be a lot of beer that comes out. But very, very full can. Always a great time. Rickard's pint glass is poured up. Let's see what we got. There we go. About half the beer in there. Looking at it, it is a murky, mango-y orange. Yeah. Murky as in hazy. Murky is a terrible word. That's a terrible word to use. Hazy, orangey yellow. Almost like a sunset yellow in a sense. Very nice. A little bit of an off-white head on top. But yeah, fairly hazy. Wouldn't say hazy crazy, but right on the cusp of that. Good amount of carbonation bubbles coming up. Or effervescence. Looking fan-freaking-tastic. Let's dive in. Let's have a smell. Piney, grapefruity off the bat. Piney, grapefruity, a little florally. Some tropical notes, mangoes, orange citrus, zest and rind. Not getting too much off the nose, really. It's a little bit, but it needs to be opened up. There's more mango. No pineapple, no papaya. Yeah, I'm getting mango-y, piney, orange citrus, somewhat florally. Thus far. Smells pretty damn good. Let's have a sip. That is, one, I gotta say, that is absolutely smooth. Two, I'm getting a nice melon, mandarin orange flavor off of that, and then you're getting some mango. But that was only the first sip, and that does not tell the whole story about the beer in question. So with that said, guys, cheers everybody, let's keep on drinking. That's beautiful. Where do I start? Mango-y up front, moving into melons, and then going on to orange, but not just orange, like a clementine or a mandarina orange, like a bit sweeter of an orange rather than rather than sour or tart citrusy or bitter citrusy notes. That is damn good. Mangoey, the melons come in beautifully and moving into that sweet orange, that sweet citrus orange zest and juice, like real orange, like not orange juice as an orange juice, but when you bite into an orange and you get the juices, that's the sweetness that I'm getting. It's not like some other beers where they have, they have orange notes, but it's not the juice of the orange. It's more the zest or the rind. This is the actual, when an orange just bursts in your mouth, that's the kind of sweetness you're getting. That is damn good, and it's smooth. Good effervescence. Not too high, not too low, but overall, it is a very smooth and pleasant mouthfeel. Definitely medium bodied in my personal opinion. Not light, not heavy, just a perfect medium in there. Damn good stuff. Ending flavors of a little bit of pineapple and a little bit more of a citrus zest, and then clean bitterness, leaving off, cutting it dry, good to go. Moving over to the can. Big Rig Shakedown dry hopped APA, very green can. You got a bunch of hops on that side and a different shade of green. You got some more here. Like I said, 5.6% ABV, 75 IBUs according to Untappd, not official, but at least there is some sort of information somebody can find. Looking for a description, I don't really see one. Kind of a bummer. Would like to know a little bit what they have to say on the can itself, but that's all right. Ingredients though: water, barley malt, fresh hops, and yeast. Crafted by Big Rig in Canada, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, I think that's how I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably butchering it. I'm sorry. Moving on. Recyclable aluminum cans. Thanks for letting me know. For the love of hops, wheat, water, and love. Yeah, ingredients. There you go. You even get pictures. Will it focus? There you go. Hops, water, yeast, and love. Beautiful. On the bottom, for a canned on date, there is a date. I can't really read it though. Can't really read the date code, Big Rig, but it is there, which is great. Can't fault you on that. It's just hard to read, and that's just me. That just might be me, or how it got laser printed onto the can. But hey, good to see it's there. Moving over to the website, bigrigbrew.com. You got to search around a little bit. You got to go to the brewery, then you got to find the beer section tab, and you hit that. You scroll down a little bit, and you do find all the beers that they offer. And they are not specific beer pages for each beer, but you just hover your mouse over it. It gives you a description, the style, and the ABV. So Shakedown American Pale Ale, 5.6% ABV, and it reads, a brash and hazy APA that uses choice New World hops and featuring highlighting Galaxy and Citra. The result is a heavenly and harmonious blend of tropical and citrus aromas and flavors. It's hop forward with an underlying malt sweetness to create balance and drinkability. Personally, I'm not getting okay, now that I say malt sweetness, I am. There are, some more undertones of like I don't even know. It's definitely more hop forward in my opinion. There is like an undertone of maltiness, which is a very broad term and a term that I'm not supposed to use because it's just too broad for what I've learned in my sensory classes. But yeah, it's not grainy, it's not bready, it's closest I would say is caramelly to earthy, if I'm really focusing on that, but it's definitely a hop forward beer. I'm just getting way into it, and that's fun. It's kind of what I'm doing here, aren't I? But yeah, definitely more hop forward for the masses of taste buds out there. But yeah, if you're really looking for those multi tones, I would say a little bit between caramelly and slightly earthy, but in a good way, in a very minuscule undertone. Thanks for pointing that out, Big Rig. Thank you for letting me discover a little bit more. That's what I'm here for, guys. But yeah, very short, sweet description, very short, sweet look at the beer on the website. I don't mind the website, looks great, not my personal style of website, but we're not really just focusing on the website, we're more focusing on the beer itself. And the beer, fantastic. Moving on, Untapped, Shakedown by Big Rig Brewery has been given a 3.65 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of just under 1,500 ratings. Now, as for the price of the Shakedown, how much is Big Rig gonna shake you down for their beer? $3.20. Not bad. $3.20 for a 5.6% APA with a buttload of flavor and really good times ahead. They don't even need to shake me down. I paid it. I'll pay it with a smile on my face any day. This is a damn good American Pale Ale. This is a damn good beer. Very pleased to have seen it today in the LCBO. Very pleased to have picked it up, and I'm very, very happy. I'm excited to drink it. That is damn good. With that said, guys, choosing the final sip, let's get right to ratings and wrap this thing up. Big Rig, Shakedown, American Pale Ale, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's not overly hoppy or overly bitter. The maltiness in it's a very undertone maltiness where I don't think a lot of palates will get. But it is there, it fits well, holds everything together as a bedrock for the rest of the flavor profile. It's smooth, yet effervescent at the same time. Nothing clashes, everything flows. The mangoes, the melons, a little bit of pineapple citrusiness, and I love the orange juice, the juices of orange flavor that I get. It's not just citrus, it's not just, orange zest or orange rind. It is actually like biting into an orange and getting that orange sweetness that I do really like about this beer. Overall, it's a great package. 5.6%. You know, it's a little bit better than 5, but it's not going to put you on your ass if you have a few of these at in a sitting per se. So it's definitely a great. It's just an all-around solid beer. It's a solid beer, no doubt at all. Big Rig, Shakedown, APA, gets a solid. Ooh, 8.5 or 9. 8.5 or 9. I'm sorry, I gotta give it that 9. This is just a damn good beer. That's a solid friggin' beer. Not what, it kind of blew my expectations. I know Big Rig makes really good beer, but this one just, I didn't know. I thought it was going to be a bit more of just the same old that breweries usually put out. But this one surprised me. That's why it's getting that solid 9 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, it is a big green can. If you're not a big fan of green, I don't think you're going to like the can design. But does it stick out on the shelf? Oh, hell yeah, it does. It's a bright green with some dark greens in there. Beautiful stuff. Information lacking a bit. You get your ABV, which is standard. You don't have any description, bummer. But you do have ingredients, and you do have a brewed on date. Even though I can't read mine per se, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. At least they have it on there. Great stuff. Website, very simple, very straightforward. Gives you a description of the beer, ABV. Easy peasy, done. Would like a little bit more information, but it's not the end of the world by any means. Overall presentation gets a solid 7.5 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, that'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski, like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Shakedown, shakedown, don't need a shakedown, cause I would happily pay for this beer, even if it was $3.30, but don't hear me, don't do that, please, because $3.20 is a perfect price. I don't know why I'm talking about price. It's just good. Go pick some up. Cheers.